hymnal, you can turn to number 188 for Come, Come, Whoever You Are. The words will be up on the wall, and if you've been singing this song for years, you won't need them anyway. We are going to go through it a couple of times, and then we're going to do it as a round, because we are brave people, and that's what we do. So this side over here to my right will be the first number one side, and you guys will be number two, but you're just as good. And and we'll go through it twice as a round.
I'll wave my arms at you all. It'll be fine. Just play it to me flat. Okay. So your job is to sing it with us. We're going to sing it all the way through twice, and we're going through the parts. So you ready? Yes.
Lazy.
Welcome to Westside Universalist Church. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, though you've broken your vow 1,000 times, come, yet again, come. We welcome each one of you, whether you are here with us in person or whether you are with us virtually on YouTube, either now or at some time in the future. We are very, very happy to have each one of all of us here today. My name is Ellen Greenwood, and I am a member of the worship committee here and also the choir, and it is my privilege to be the service so that we'll have a chance to chat. We have a lot of announcements today. We have a whole book of announcements today, so read those very carefully. I guess I will point out in particular, I think we are still collecting purses, or as we say here in the South, pocketbooks, and jewelry for the mobile meals event, and so be bringing those in, and see Carrie or David if you have any questions about that. And I believe we still need some volunteers for the meal, the one night that is our responsibility for Family Promise, when it is at the Presbyterian Church down Kingston Pike. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have the date for that, but we still, August 18th is the date, yeah. So read those announcements. They're all good. And And with that, we'll get started with our service of music and singing. We're going to start with our singing bowl, and this morning Chris Edkins is going to invite the bowl to sing for us. And I have asked Tremaine to light our chalice and also our community candles this morning. We're all so very pleased and happy to have Tremaine sing with us in the choir these days. And I found these words for our chalice lighting by Pete Seeger in the preface to the Rise Again songbook, which is a supplemental songbook that we use around here sometimes. And for those of you who are young and don't know, Pete Seeger is one of my all-time heroes, a wonderful folk singer and just a wonderful person. Why is singing good for the planet? Nobody can put it into words, but if there is a human race here in 100 years, my guess is that one of the main reasons will be we found ways we can sing together. Different religions, different languages. The act of singing together makes us realize we're human beings. We can't put it in words, but the older I get, the more I'm convinced that if there's a human race here, singing will be one of the main reasons why. Singing together, not solo singing, singing together. Families can sing together and strangers can sing together. People who think they hate each other can sing together. And each Sunday morning, we light candles of joy and concern for the community outside these walls. Many of us find it impossible to watch or read the news these days. For some of us, it's just too discouraging. It makes us fearful for the future of our children and our grandchildren and our planet. Others of us actually fear for our lives. We light our community candle of concern this morning for all those for whom the world has ceased to be a safe place to live, either because of who they are or where they are. And because this morning's service is all about music, we will light a candle to celebrate the power of music to bring us together, to transform pain into joy, and to remind us of the simple beauty of being alive.
Thanks, Ellen. Good morning, everyone. Y'all did a great job on that first song. That was your warm-up. That's all we're going to do today is a lot of singing, with some words in between so you can catch your breath, and so these guys can catch their breaths. So if I haven't met you yet, I'm happy to see you here today. And if I have met you yet, I'm equally happy to see you today. So welcome, everyone. I'm Reverend Carol Bodeau, privileged to serve here as minister. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And we are singing today because what Ellen was saying is true. Raising our voices can raise our spirits. When we are grieving, it can help us process our grief. When we are celebrating, it helps us share our joy. Music and voice are ways that we can share the collective experience of being human. So I want to go through the rules first. First, this is a Unitarian Universalist church, so there are no rules. Okay? You can sing. I guarantee you that there are people in this room who are like, I can't sing. Bullpucky. You can sing. You may not be trained to sing, You may not think your voice is a good singing voice, but singing is a natural human behavior. So anyone can sing. You do not have to sing perfectly on pitch or on rhythm. We can try to get the choir to do that for the sake of, keeping things orderly, but y'all don't have to do that. To express sound from our bodies is a way that we heal ourselves and we heal the world. And it is meant to be fun, not a test. So, do not try too hard. And feel free to not sing if you really don't want to. But if you feel even that tiny littlest bit of well, if I were home alone by myself, I might sing, then I encourage you to sing. So, we're going to sing another round. All right? You did wonderfully with the first one. Let me explain how the next one's going to work. The next one is number 395. If you read music, it can be helpful to look at the music. If you do not read music, do not look. It's not helpful. It might confuse you. So the words are always going to be up here for you. Number 395 has a simple line. Sing and rejoice, let all things living now sing and rejoice. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sing it all together twice from the beginning to the end. And then it's going to get complicated. The choir is going to break into 3 parts. See how if you look at your music, there's numbers 1, 2, 3, 4? The choir is going to break into the first 3 of those, and they're going to start at different times. You all get to experiment. You can start it with the first group. If you feel brave, you can start with the second group. If you feel really brave, you can start with the third group. And we're going to sing it through all together twice, and then in parts twice. So, be brave, be bold. Choir, why don't you stand up for this one? Sandra, can you give me an F, please?
It's not a grade.
Sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, let all things living now sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, let all things living now sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, now sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, now sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, now sing and rejoice.
Wasn't that cool?
What's amazing about music is that the simplest little melody that doesn't take very long to learn, when you put multiple people singing it together, can sound truly amazing, truly amazing. So all things living, all living creatures have ways to voice or sound. These sounds in turn communicate different states of ease or distress. They let other creatures know about threats or needs, or simply just let off steam. Anyone who has been in the woods or on a farm on a warm summer night can attest to the fact that nature is loud. It is so loud. And music is certainly important to our human ability to express needs, desires, worries, concerns, joys. Our next song reminds us to use our voices to express whatever is in our minds and hearts. So I'm going to invite you, if you like to read music and you want to, you can open up your gray hymnal to number 128, For All That Is Our Life. And we're all just going to sing that together. I'm going to play the piano. We're going to sing all of the verses, and we're just going to sing together. So for all that is our life, right? We sing for all these different reasons. Think for a moment about when you sing. What will make you sing? Anybody sing with jingles on television commercials? How about singing in the shower? Anybody ever get thrown into an old jingle from an old TV show? Yeah. Okay. And throw out the name of a TV show jingle that comes to your mind.
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island. Oh my. Okay, guys, what's the first line of Gilligan's Island? Sorry. Yeah. Well, how's it go? Sit right down and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started in this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. Right? Okay, yes. What else? Bill?
Happy Trails.
Happy trails to you. Okay, what you got? Oh, yes. Yes, the phone number. Yeah, Mary Frances.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
What is that one? I don't know. Okay, wait. Oh, sorry. I'm clueless on that one.
The Hillbillies.
Say, somebody else know it?
Beverly Hillbillies. Come listen to a story about
A man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was, I know, they brought that one up. Anybody got any others? Yeah, Barry. What? I don't remember the song from Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. My heart is true. What?
Gilmore Girls used a song from Carol
King.
King.
Gilmore Girls. Anybody know the Gilmore Girls song? The Brady Bunch. What was the? I don't. Nobody. Sorry, Gilmore Girls. I lost that one. Lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls. Oh, okay, so clearly, here's the thing: old people had a lot more jingles than the newer generations. Because here's what I've noticed about the music for newer media. It is not simple and cute the way, like it's often very complex and got dark threads running through it, and it's fairly sophisticated, right? Not quite as, I mean in the early days of television, we had some really like cutesy little jingles. All right, when else do you sing? Jingles and Christmas songs, yes. Yes, we sing Christmas songs. We've got sort of standard Christmas songs. Anybody think of any other times?
Happy birthday.
Birthday, and in the car, right? Yes, songs you learned in your musical learning days, such as? Wow, yes, grandparents' songs.
Got a mule and her name is Sal.
15 miles on the Erie Canal, low bridge, everybody down. Yeah, okay. Lullabies, yes, lullaby. Okay, so notice that how many of you tend to be a person who's like, oh, I don't sing, I'm not a singer. And yet, we all tend to, yeah, and you too could be sitting up here.
And Girl Scout camp.
Camp, summer camp songs. How many of us learned a whole bunch of Joni Mitchell songs at summer camp, right? Or Pete Seeger, justice songs. We use songs when we go on marches, justice marches. These are all situations where song and music is used to bring us together, to help us remember narratives, right? How many of us remember narratives based on the song? We'll try a test of the old principles, right? Let's see. 1, each person is important, to be kind in all you do. 3, we yearn to learn and grow. 4, and search for what is true. 5, all persons have a vote. 6, work for a better world. 7, the web of earth's our home, and that brings us back to me and you. That used to be how we used to teach the 7 principles, right? Okay. All right. So some songs are simple and designed to help us remember things. Some songs are more complex. We are going to sing one that you probably don't know because we hardly ever sing it. But I'm going to invite you to open your hymnals if you feel like it, or just read the words up here to number 66. This is a song about summer. We really don't hardly ever sing this song. We decided this will be fun. So choir, I'm going to invite you to stand up for this one, since it's probably mostly going to be them until you all pick up the tune. We're going to sing all the verses of this, and your job is just to try to pick up the tune and join in. I could hear many of you joining in on that. That was nice. Thank you. So many years ago, I was part of a women's circle in California. And one of my friends in the group, in this women's circle, was one of those people who always said she couldn't sing. She was like, I can't sing, I'm not a singer. I wish I could, I can't, I'm not a singer. But eventually she got tired of that story. And she decided to start taking singing lessons. So, you know, she went off and she found herself a voice teacher and determined to make herself learn the rules and the tricks and the techniques of singing. And so she would come periodically and tell us, well, I learned this today or I learned that today. But not too long into the process of these voice lessons, she came one day very excited. And, you know, of course, we all ask the usual question of, you know, how are the lessons going? How's the singing group lessons going? And her answer that she gave that particular night at our circle really impacted me. And how I had lots of voice training when I was younger and music training, and no one had ever said these words in a way that made such an impact on me. How's your voice lessons going? What'd you learn? And she told the story that her voice teacher heard her say, I can't sing. It's really hard. I'm going to have to work really hard at it. And the voice teacher gave this piece of advice. You don't learn to sing. You get out of the way of your voice. So think about that for a minute. Singing isn't something you learn to do. It is natural. Of course, some people are physiologically more designed with the right equipment that makes it a little easier. But singing is natural. You get out of the way of your voice. Most of the obstacles to singing are blockages in the passageways that allow sound to move through us. Think about it. Stomach's tight from being held in, or constricted with anxiety. So there's no real breath because we're afraid to go, right? We're afraid to have our guts stick out, or we're tense. So our stomachs don't let air all the way down to our diaphragm. Shoulders hunched tight in defensiveness or fear. Chests protected, restricting our lungs and our hearts, blocking not just emotions from moving up and out, but also air and sound. Scrunched necks, scrunched faces, clenched jaws. How many of us have tight throats? How many of us would say, oh, my shoulders are tight, oh, my neck is tight, oh, my jaw is tight, right? All of these things constrict our ability to make sound. They get in the way of our true voices. But we each have a unique voice. We each have unique expressions of joy and sorrow, curiosity, or go for it. Get in front because you're going to get to sing in a minute. You're going to love this. So every person's voice matters, and we're glad that every person's voice is here. And in a minute, not only are we're gonna use our voices in a way that's uniquely our own, but we're also gonna use our bodies, all right? Our bodies are deeply connected to our singing. So for this one, you all gotta stand up. So everybody up, okay. You all are going to know this song, This Little Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine, right? Okay, but there are hand motions and body motions. So we're going to sing This Little Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine, then we're going to sing Everywhere I Go, then we're going to sing All Around the World, and then we're going to sing This Little Light of Mine again. Copy the choir, because they have the hand motions. We're going to do all the hand motions. All right, go for it, Sandra. Fingers in the air. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Watch them. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, that was Everywhere I Go. Now we're building up the world. Building up the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Okay, we're doing the first verse again. This time put your hips in it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Have some fun. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, good job. Notice, you guys can be seated now. Notice how much more relaxed and open you feel after getting your bodies into it a little bit and having a little bit of fun. Music is meant to be fun, and we're meant to include our bodies in the process. So sounds can help us shift our emotions. Making sound, and especially including our body in making sound, can change our state of being. It can help us change the way we feel physically. It can help us change the thoughts we're thinking. It can help us change our emotions. Making sounds can calm us down or rev us up. It can also harmonize us with other people, right? Our next song that we're going to all do together is a meditation that uses rhythm and pitch in repetitive ways to help us feel more steady and harmonious. So this one, if you want to look at the music, is it's in the teal, in the pretty one, in the pretty hymnal. And it's called a meditation on breathing. And it's about, the music is actually designed to get us to synchronize our breath. So we're going to do 2 lines of it. The first line of it is, when I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. That just gets repeated over and over again, okay? That's one of the lines that we can sing. The other one is a simple breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, okay? So here's how this one's gonna work. We're all gonna sing a couple of times. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. Then we're all going to sing together. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And we're going to do that a couple of times. And then you get to pick. The choir's already decided which parts each of them are going to sing. You can choose one of those 2, and you just keep repeating it. So you get a chance to learn both of them, and then you can just pick. And if it's hard to pick, go with the breathe in, breathe out, because it's the same note, and you just keep doing it, okay? Are we ready, choir? All right, I'm going to play the piano for this one. I'm going to play it all the way through once so you can hear it, okay? your eyes. Be still for a second. Keep your eyes closed or gazing on something nearby. Even if you didn't know that song before, see if you can feel it. It's meant to be repetitive. It's meant to kind of get into you and be a little bit of a mantra. So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And when I breathe in, out, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in. Breathe out. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now just take a few deep breaths. Just take a few deep breaths. See if you can make your breaths a little bit deeper. Allow your out breath to help you relax into your chair. Let your in breath fill you up all the way down into your belly. And let your out breath make your shoulders drop a little bit further towards the floor. Notice your pulse. And notice if the rhythm of the song is still impacting your body in any way. The more you know a song, the longer that will last. But just take a few more deep breaths. And when you feel ready, slowly opening your eyes and returning to this room. Maybe sigh as you open your eyes. It's a good chance to just sigh. Have you ever noticed how sighing is the most common sound we make when we really need to say something we don't know what to say? So we're going to do that together now. Everybody take a big deep breath in. Okay, you can be louder than that. Big breath in. Now think of something you really want to sigh about. And do it with heart this time. Breath in. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Breath is at the center of expression. Where our breath is constricted, our expression is constricted. Where our breath is free, our expression is more free. So when we sing something repetitively, where we don't have to keep looking at the words or trying to remember what it is, when we do something repetitive, it gets a little bit easier to just focus on the breath. It's a little bit harder when we're learning things. Okay? Now, we've posed many challenges for you all today. All right? We're posing challenges where we're asking you to try to do things where we're doing multiple parts. Your job on this next song, I'm going to invite you to look at it. It's number 1003 in that teal hymnal. Okay? This one's where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? And it has a couple different parts. All right? And the deal with this one is that your job is to decide what line you most care about asking the question. So, Here's the lines. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Complex questions. That's line number 1. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? There are no answers. Line 2 will not answer the question. You're all like it. I love the way the eyes are all like up there on the purple. So the first 2 lines are your first option. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Maybe you just care most about where do we come from. I can't even think about what we are or where we're going. That is too complicated. I'm sticking with where do we come from. Or you might just answer it, mystery. Life is a mystery. Mystery. Life is a mystery. Got no clue, doesn't matter, life is a mystery. Okay? So the way this one works is we're going to sing those 3 lines. And we're going to sing them twice. And then the choir is going to break into 3 parts. And you guys get to choose which question. Matter of fact, choir, let's sing it 3 times through so they have more time to pick their line, okay? We'll sing it 3 times. We'll sing the first line twice or 3 times, and then we'll sing the second line 3 times and the third line 3 times. Then, and your job is, as we do that, is to decide which one is yours. Okay? All right, I'm going to give us our starting note here. All right, you guys want to sit or stand for this one? Stand. Yetta has proclaimed stand. Okay, so we're going to sing the first line 3 times, the second line 3 times, and the third line 3 times, and then you all are going to figure out where you want to join in. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Okay. Did you get a part in there? Part two, let's see them. Okay. So, how much is that like living in Unitarian Universalism? Anybody know what I mean by that? We think we're all singing the same song, but we're not all singing the same parts. We think we're all asking the same questions, but we're not always all asking the same questions. Sometimes, the person next to me is saying, I know the answer, mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. And somebody's like, yeah, but this is a part of the question I care about. Often music helps us actually kind of understand what it's like to be in the human experience. Anybody out there, at the risk of getting recruited, ever been in a choir besides these people? Anybody ever been in a choir? What's it like trying to coordinate so many parts? It can be complicated, and the more people you add, the more complicated it gets, right? So, how many of you, raise your hand if you've ever been on a committee? Okay, or been part of a homeowners association meeting. Or been in a family. Right? We all think we're singing the same song. We all want to be singing the same song, but there are multiple parts going, and we're not really sure exactly, am I singing the part that's mine? I'm not really sure how I fit in. I'm not really sure how much of our lives do we ask questions about where our voices fit. Sometimes we're overconfident with our voices, and it's hard to blend. If you've ever been in a choir, you know that your job is to sing just loud enough and just strong enough to be heard, to be included, but not so loud or so hard that you overpower anybody else. You have to blend. Sometimes in a family or in an organization or any kind of group setting, we ask those same questions. And how many of us have had the experience of thinking, whew, I was too loud that time, or, oh, I should have spoken up more, right? Or I wish that person would stop talking so the rest of us could have a chance. Or I meant to speak up, but I didn't have the courage, and things moved on without me, right? So sometimes life is like that. Our voices need to be synchronized in both timing and pitch with other people's, and that can be tricky, right? Many of us, that whole process of using our voices, for many of us, that's complicated by memories, associations, experiences from the past. We've had experiences where we used our voice and something happened as a result of it that we didn't like. Someone said, you shouldn't have said that. Or we said to ourselves, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have said that. Or someone said, you're too loud. One of my favorite stories from my childhood, someone didn't know I was going to become a pastor, called me verbose. Imagine that. Imagine that. They called me verbose. That hit me pretty hard because I had a lot to say. And I thought it was interesting. And I had to learn some lessons about listening as much as speaking. Right? So our associations with our voices and with music can really carry intense emotional weight for us. Music, for example, might remind us of things we like, experiences that were pleasant, but how many of us can name the soundtrack of something that was really awful, something that was really unpleasant, right? How many of us hear a song from our teenage years and all that stomach thing happens? You hear the song and your stomach goes, right? Most of us have associations with different genres of music, right? Let me throw a few genres of music out and just notice what happens in your body when I say them. Jazz. I'm like, oh God, I hate jazz, not my thing, right? I have some association with it. Other people are like, yeah, woohoo, that's awesome. How about chanting? Some of us are like, oh yeah, chanting, awesome. Other people are like, that's just weird woo-woo California stuff. How about hymns? That's a mixed bag for Unitarian Universalists, right? That's a mixed bag. How about country music? Some of us are like, woohoo! And others are like, oh man, right? So genres of music trigger associations. Different kinds of music trigger associations and actually cause our body to relax or contract. So we're going to do a traditional hymn now. Sandra's going to play number 100 for us. I've got peace like a river, okay? This is a very traditional hymn. For some of us, that's very comforting and reassuring. For others of us, it makes us go, bleh, okay? Just notice what happens, and we're going to all just sit down for this one. It's a traditional hymn. We're all just going to sit down for this one. But we're going to sing the first 3 verses. We're just going to sing the first 3 verses of I've Got Peace Like a River, because we're not going to end on negative emotions. The 4th verse isn't very cheerful. So we're going to sing the first
100, yeah.
Huh?
Then you need to tell us it's 100.
Yes, it's 100. So sorry. If you want to look at it, you're going to recognize, it's in that gray one. Words are up here. And we sing each line twice. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, peace like a river in my soul. Then we do it again. So it's verse 1, verse 1, verse 2, verse 2, verse 3, verse 3. Okay? So, and it's a very simple melody. It's a very simple hymn. And we're going to do 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And Sandra's going to give us an intro. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. And a big thanks to Sandra for all she does for our music. So that's a very traditional hymn that's got, people associate that with their church days. So the next one we're going to do also has some spiritual community associations with it that some people find really comforting and other people find really annoying. So the next one is in your teal hymnal. It's number 1053. How could anyone ever tell you? So it's funny. I first heard this song in a women's group, in a women's circle in California, and it was their theme song. And that was true. How many of you are familiar with this song? How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? So this is a song that has a lot of popular associations with it in more sort of woo-woo communities, and people tend to either love it or hate it. So we're going to try this one, and I'll be playing this one. It's number 1053. You can stay seated. We're going to sing it through twice. And I'll play an intro for you. You're all being brave, singing so much. So let me ask you this. How's your body feeling right now? Just check in with your body. Anybody feeling tired? Anybody's throat feeling a little strained? Notice if your throat is feeling a little strained. So one of the things that I teach the choir is not to sing with your throat. You all don't have to stand up and do this. And y'all are not going to have to stand up and do this. But you should imagine when you're singing or speaking that you're kind of squatting. Right? So I want you to just imagine that you're squatting, like you're doing squats, okay? Your voice should not come from your throat. Your voice should come from your guts. How much of what we express in our lives comes from up here? How much, Unitarian Universalists are notorious for this. We lead with our heads. We lead with our thoughts. We lead with our reason, which isn't a bad thing, except we do it all the time. All right, this is going to be your hardest assignment of the day. This time, instead of sighing, you're going to shout. All right, now do it so you don't hurt your neighbor's ears, okay? But the idea is take a breath into your belly. And you get to make, on the count of 3, any sound that wants to come out. And the goal here is not to have it come from your head. It's not like, ah. It's, ah. All right? People at home, you have the total advantage right now. Because you all do not have stage fright or timidity in your challenge, right? All of you are like, ooh, that's going to be embarrassing. Okay? So I want you to take a deep breath into your belly, and on the count of 3, you get to make whatever sound wants to come out. Big breath in. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's what's lurking in the Unitarian Universalist Rational Calm community. Let's do that again. That was nice. Big breath in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you all need some scream therapy because there's a lot going on there. All right, now close your eyes for a second. Just humor me and notice if your body feels any different. You might notice some buzzing in your hands or your face. You might notice that your circulation has increased. You might notice that you feel a little more energized. You might feel a little shaky. You might even feel a little anxious. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready. Using our voices is meant to help us express ourselves, not just our thoughts, but what's really going on. Often our feelings and our deep responses are filtered through a layer of thinking and performing that keeps us from being truly honest. So, music, sometimes, if we really let ourselves cut loose, allows us to really express what's going on, letting out what's inside of us. That's the one-directional use of music, right? So we are meant to express out. But what about the listening and the receiving part? So sometimes we want to express, and then we need to step back and listen, hearing what's going on for the other person. The next song we're going to sing is all about that kind of give and take, right? It's all about giving and receiving. The words are, from you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. This is a reminder that, as we always say in our services, we each contribute to the health and well-being of the larger community. We give and we receive through financial contributions, through acts of service, through words of kindness, through our simple presence. There are so many ways each of us can both give and receive as part of this community. This is the part where I say, you can use the QR codes to make a donation to this congregation. And our Share the Plate our current Justice and Generosity partner is Keep the Tennessee River Beautiful. So there are ways that we give. So this is the place where we always say, here's how you can give. You can be part of financially supporting the institution. You can be part of supporting our partners. Before we sing this song, think about what you receive. What do you receive as part of this congregation? What do you need to receive? What do you need to ask for? Giving is a very safe thing in a lot of ways. Receiving can be a little harder. I cannot tell you how many people I talk to who are like, it's really hard for me to ask for things. It's really hard for me to ask for what I need. It's really hard for me to request things. So take a minute before we sing this next song and think about it. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. As we sing this song, and Sandra, let's sing it 3 times. We're going to sing this song, and let Sandra play it through all the way once, and then we'll sing it 3 times. It's number 402 if you want to look in your gray hymnal. But as we sing it, let's reflect on not just the giving, but also the receiving. Everybody join in. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. So, it's the togetherness. One person isn't a choir. Think about what your favorite rock band would be if there weren't more musicians than the lead singer. It's a collective experience, and it expresses our collective experience. So as we close our service, I'm going to invite you all to stand if you feel like it. You do not have to. You can stay seated. If you'd like to join hands, put the books down. I know you're tempted to hold them. The choir knows the words to this, and we're going to do it a cappella. Sandra, could you give me a D, please? We're going to sing this. You can look at the words up there. This is going to be our closing. And you know what? We're just going to sing it through. We're not going to split into parts. We're just going to sing it like 3 or 4 times. Your job is to join in. Okay. Ready, go. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in. Let's sing it all together again. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles. Now the choir's going to sing it to the congregation. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly say sing it to someone near you. Turn and look at someone. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. So go into your week knowing, yes. Let your life be a song, and let your life be a song that you're not afraid to sing. Stop telling yourself you can't sing. Go out and sing your hearts out. Go in peace, go in passion. And a big, huge thank you to the choir.